Yes. Me gusta el sonidito, dice. Vamos ahí, vamos allá, vamos ahí, vamos allá. Hey, ¿para qué te digo quién soy si tú sabes que nada más y nada menos que faga, la chimeya. Desplazada de King, ya todo está por venir. Money pa' mi family, music para repartir al doble como Gemini. Si es que andamos bien chiviri, mi black y par de chiquilín. Zombito como Tribilín, sí que sí, Riquitín no me molesta. Somos dangerous, aquí no te metas. Tú eres un Guns N' Roses, solo aparenta. Ellos hacen culantro, yo ando en pimienta. Ey, ellos me preguntaron que cómo lo hacemos. Que te voy a contar, papito, si es que estoy enfermo. Tan bajo para esta carrera, cuando rima en ritmo lo parto cualquiera. Camino tranquilo, casi sin problema, caminos al filo de la carretera. Los niños tienen que esperarnos afuera. Malandro madrugan en la madriguera. Voy desde pequeño, siguiente te sueño, lo voy a lograr de todita manguera. Ando con los malvivenses del bloque, que corre el cheque, mejor que choque. La chimemo, no estaba muerto, andaba batallando un toque. Yes, yeah, oye, no estaba muerto, andaba batallando un toque.
Blacksmente. Me llega la punta del nepe. Si no saben para qué se meten, vaya por la sombra que el sol está muy caliente. Ustedes no cantan ni con micro de juguete, tampoco me cansan por más que con trampa trepen. Me pondré la bata para atender a mis pacientes. De falta de flow es que usted está muy padecente. Vamos a inyectar la dosis de carácter urgente, pero ya no sirve, que pase el siguiente. Probemos la cura en la bebida que está ardiente, cumpliendo un horario a las 4:20, sacando el antídoto de la misma serpiente. En pocas palabras hago cosas sorprendentes. Vipera en su área monitoreando el ambiente. Si estoy operando no deja que nadie entre. Con 2 enfermeras pa' que no me desconcentre. Me ponen los guantes, me secan la frente. Y me pasan el bisturí. Parto tu pecho como las partí. En la calle es que aprendí. Todo lo que estás pasando me tocó pasar a mí. Te voy a quitar la envidia para que vivas feliz. Yo quiero llevar mi profesión a otro país. Deleitar el mundo entero con este don que nací. Que nadie me diga no, pero todas me digan sí. Que se me triplique todo el dinerito que invertí. Ey.
Yeah, yeah. Rapper One, el hombre orquesta. Radical people en la casa, more vaya. Vamos a darle candela, pa' la familia candela. Traigo puro flow desde la vieja escuela. Espera, que no ha visto y no espera. Que hay lumbrera en tu atmósfera. Digo mormo, falla Babylon, bye bye. Firme allá adelante con la frente en high. Uno busca fight, yo les digo guay. No pierdan su time, conmigo no papá. Me pidieron que yo entre y voy a meterle duro como antes. Voy a reventarle los parlantes. Firme allá adelante con un flow sobre extravagante. Y si hay farsante, llevo puestos los guantes, pero no se alarmen que no son guantes de box. Son guantes de seda para tratar el corazón. Corazón son bajo de presión, son desesperación, son mala condición, Yo solo vine para traerte mi mensaje, Vine para decirte que se puede y soy fe. Vine para decirte no te rindas, socio no te rindas. Pon tus ojos en el que está arriba en Jesús, el caballero de la cruz. El único que está contigo cuando te apagan la luz. El verdadero sol y neto real batería. Te cuida todo el día, por si no lo sabía. Cuando llega la resaca y todos se abandonan. Cuando llega la bajada y todos se abandonan. Cuando llegan los problemas y te abandonan. No es Rexona, es Jesús el que no te abandona y te perdona. No, no te abandona. Radical people in the area, more fire.
Copyright disclaimer. This content does not belong to Bible Chronicles or claim this intellectual property.
¿para dónde es que se van? Cuando por una tonta razón se van aquellos que más quieres. Pregunto para dónde irán. Es uno menos en el barrio y uno más para el recuerdo. De pocos a pocos mi gente se desvanece, pero casi siempre son los que no lo merecen. La muerte de un inocente, lo sabe la gente, pero nadie dice que él se lo llevó. Se rompió un corazón, lágrimas de madre, sangre en sus manos y no lo comprende el padre. Recuerda que la vida no tiene un valor y grita al cielo, mejor recógeme a mi Señor. Pase lo que pase hoy, siempre con la mente tu recuerdo en mi corazón te llevaré. Para donde quiera que yo voy, pienso diferente, es que el amor de ahora está presente. Pase lo que pase hoy, siempre con la mente tu recuerdo en mi corazón te llevaré. Para donde quiera que yo voy, pienso diferente, es que el amor de ahora está presente.
Dime dónde están los que desaparecieron, los que no volvieron, los que de uniforme se vistieron. ¿Dónde están los que ya no están del soldado Juan, que una bala traspasó su cuerpo con el ruido de una? Son historias como mi prima Gloria, que su cuerpo no aparece pero queda su memoria. Niña de 5 años que su aliento ya es agónico, encuentra cuerpo pero un hueso está en periódico. La vida es una tumba que la suerte te depara, la muerte está en la mano de aquel hombre que dispara. Padre que espera a su hijo que vive en la urbe, pero al día siguiente lo recogerá en la morgue. Se cuentan horas, días y también los calendarios. Primo, nadie sabe si caerás en cementerios, como mi amigo Mario que jugaba a ser sicario, hasta mató a su hermano y lo tomó como algo serio. Se cuentan horas, días y también las estadísticas. Para la policía un expediente más en balística. La lista aumenta y también el desenfreno, como aquel niño que golpeado en el hogar se siente ajeno. Le pone freno y toma la decisión, sacando la pistola de su padre en el cajón. Su lápida ahora pinta: hijo mío, te queremos, y la muerte nos permite, algún día nos veremos.
Pase lo que pase hoy, siempre con la mente tu recuerdo en mi corazón te llevaré. Para donde quiera que yo voy, pienso diferente, es que el amor de ahora está presente. Pase lo que pase hoy, siempre con la mente tu recuerdo en mi corazón te llevaré. Para donde quiera que yo voy, pienso diferente, es que el amor de ahora está presente.
¿Dónde van? ¿Dónde? Dime dónde van las almas que se pierden en el camino de la vida. ¿Dónde van? Dime dónde van. Se detienen pulsos y otros por impulsos para el diván. Penas que se cuentan en la esquina, cuidado con la neblina que la muerte se avecina por la acera. Joven estudiante muere en una balacera. Otro lío de pandillas que en el diario aparecerá. La vida se desaparece como el humo de un cigarro, locos disparando desde un carro. Otra vida que se pierde bajo el cielo gris. No se puede ser feliz cuando gente muere en un desliz. Como Marco que soñaba con ser narco, viajar en barco y olvidarse de las penas en su cuarto. Pero cada vez que parcha ya se siente harto, y su corazón marchito marcha para el infarto. Almas en oferta como Berta, se acuesta en una cama pero en otra se despierta. Son 14 años y ya perdió la niñez. Se desaparece un viernes y no regresa en 2 o 3. Coleccionando amores, sin importancia a los rumores. Van los menores, sin temores y sin valores, deambulando en cada sitio, con el futuro a convertirse en un graffiti.
Pase lo que pase hoy, siempre con la mente tu recuerdo en mi corazón te llevaré. Para donde quiera que yo voy, pienso diferente, es que el amor de ahora está presente. Pase lo que pase hoy, siempre con la mente tu recuerdo en mi corazón te llevaré. Para donde quiera que yo voy, pienso diferente, es que el amor de ahora está presente.
Yo. Yo, yo. Shalom, everybody. Shalom, everybody. Shalom. Let me see if you guys can hear me. Yep. Y'all can hear me. Y'all can hear me all right. Let's see what we got here. What do we got? Do we got impatient brothers and sisters or lackluster or not interested? Let's see. Nobody's on, man. Damn. That's the kind of love I get. You know what I'm saying? But hey, what can I expect? You know what I'm saying? I got a little channel family. No biggie, man. I'm not like you other brothers out there collecting money with 10,000, 30,000 subscribers, but apparently people love to get their money. I don't understand. It's like there's this group of people right now. Yeah, I'm gonna bang on y'all, damn Canaanites. A little bit. They're asking for money. Please, kind of like Esau, you know what I'm saying? Please, Father, would you bless me with something, Father? Please, Father, bless me with something, Father. Hold on a second. I gotta call my gente, man. Okay. Hey, you know what's so funny, fam? There's a technically a minus viewer right now. So there's not even a viewer. There's like a negative viewer. I've never seen that before. It literally says -1 viewer. Ain't that weird? This algorithm is no joke with YouTube. Anything that has to do with sin, bro, listen, they're gonna promote it. Any of the alphabet people, they're gonna promote it. Even the news out there right now that are showing that the fake Jews are literally killing other people, but hey, nobody's even talking about it. No, it's okay. So again, I gotta wonder about my gente, bro. I know you guys are at work. I get it. You're at work. You know, you're doing your thing. You gotta make time for the word, fam. Even if it's one moment, even if it's for like 20 minutes. Period. But even then, man. Anyhow, I'm gonna give it some time. Let's see what we got. And I'll shut up now. Hold on a second. I'm gonna play something else for y'all.
This is Dave.
Porque toques el cielo, pero no el suelo, así que créetelo. Quítate el velo, velozmente, bro. Vívete tu sueño, pero despierta a la hora que toca. Esa hora, motherfucker, wake up.
Yo me meo en tu cubata antes. Bebo, matar ratas, son tan. Vaya al bosque a lo Tarzán mientras enlazan. Fraternidad en casa con su polo, colisteras trenan. Te han dejado en el desván de su pensar un mar de ideas. Con grandes ideas ardiendo en chimeneas antiguas. Ríe Dios al ver que te santiguas. Su mente y su luz son ambiguas como mi voz. Lo que para ti es un don, para mí una misión fija. Mis versos son de ninja, tu poesía papija. Frecuencias del malestar las alimentan. Nuestro deber es tenerlas raquíticas. Bazookas espaciales latadas con la función del sol central, causando desinformaciones bíblicas. Todo lo existente es relativo, o al menos la materia que te describo. Soy antipersonas como las minas y mino. La moral del que venga a negar lo que digo con la mira por tan ombligo. Si me retiro del partido que sea como Figo, conocidos en me la pela en verdad. Si en mi barrio me conocen más que tú a tu enamorada. No hay payasos, solo en anémonas. Gárgola Andrómeda eres. Conserva tus células primigenias o no podrás volar. El virus se llevó a unos cuantos, pero el ego a más. Se elevó el más a la opulencia y conciencia. Debajo el Satanás en el espejo. Jesucristo, la conciencia del flash. La tierra y su paz están vibrando. Los sentimientos son la trampa que están manejando. Los hilos de los cuales tú y tu ego estáis medio colgando. No es que yo sea un superdotado, ni tú un tonto. Solo lo que tú sabes de mierda yo sobre el cosmos. Que lo estudio y profundamente sano me lo tomo. Si no ya hubiera ido a visitar al doctor. Porque no soy devoto, mucho menos un santo. Yo jamás voto, pero dale que asalto. Cuando en verdad sé que tendría que sudarme todo la polla, pero pienso que hay que vivir por algo. Que en el letargo cure lo enfermo. Sabor amargo, remedio eterno. Me pregunto a toda esa gente que le he hecho y canalizo desde el cielo un verbo al
You see what I'm saying, fam? This is what I dislike about these damn systems. You know, whoever's doing these platforms, man, you should unmute the system automatically when you hear the voice. You gotta work on that. Stop these damn cheap ass plans that they charge you and they don't even do a phenomenal job. They pause on you and they slow down. Anyways, so just like, let me remind y'all, Isaiah 1:3. This is for you Hispanics, you dummies that are in these rooms that are still thinking you're Mexicans, Puerto Ricans, and still think you're Indians, right? And you've been here for 20,000 effing years. The ox knoweth owner, and the ass is master's crib. These are dumb animals. And I mean, like senseless animals that only have one or two thoughts in their mind: eat and shit, or work. The ox knoweth his owner, and his ass is master's crib, and the ass is master's crib. But Israel, you Hispanics, doth not know. My people do not consider. But we have tons of other people that think they're Israelites. Yeah, they do. They really think they do. They really think they are. Look, I'm going to show y'all something real quick. Oh, this computer's pissing me off. Show you guys something real quick. Just so you can see. I'm not joking. I mean, that's like, what is wrong with y'all, man? Look at this guy right here. Look at this idiot right here. Look.
The Central Bank Digital Currency Anti-Surveillance State Act
Give me a second, family. Give me a second. Where are you? Where we go. Here, right here. Look at this stupidity right here. This guy right here. Watch this.
How did the Mayans depict themselves?
So we got a funky Negro right here. Yes, I called you a funky Negro. Okay. You think you're not. Look at this idiot right here. You African, bro. But look at the stupidity.
Am I Maya? I'm not a Maya. I didn't ask you that. We talk about Mesoamerica. Maya's within Mesoamerica. How did the Mayans? How did the Mayans depict themselves?
Brown.
Just tell me that. Okay, what did their hair look like?
What did their hair look like? What did their hair look like? They sure as hell didn't have an afro, dummy. Look at your afro right here. You see, in the pictures we have depictions, they're actually long hair. Look, I'm telling you this, African American, y'all need to really, really act right. Because the Most High. And on top of the fact that there's a lot going on in this country right now that y'all going to be stuck to the hip with those so-called white men. Because that's what you are. You see, in this channel, we know that for a long time, white and black folks have been mixing. So that's why some of y'all don't even look full African. And I don't even know why you still think you're black. Because the African features, a lot of y'all don't even care anymore. Matter of fact, a lot of you black folks look Asians. Yes, you do. Stop talking shit about some other people looking like Moabs. And the stupidity. Well, you know, we have dreads. We have dreads in these pictures. Really? You got dreads? But yet it says right here why these guys were depicting dreads.
Oh my God!
It says these are not Mayans with dreads. These are defeated warriors having their hair ripped out. Ay, negritos, 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 brothers. We gotta send you back to your continent, man. I don't know. Y'all really have to embrace your people. There's nothing wrong with being who you are. Be who you are. Just be who you are. Nobody's asking for y'all to be nothing else but who you are. Listen.
So y'all know locks is our thing, and it have always been our thing.
And see, that's the biggest effing lie ever. Dreadlocks, Mr. African, damn Canaanite. Dreadlocks do not belong to the African American, dummy. They come out of the Hindus. Yes, India. That's where it comes from. Not Africa. God. But even then, let's continue.
Even in old photos from the 1800s, none of y'all don't got locks. So don't even try to institute that little that little notion saying, oh, we had locks.
Okay, fine. You got locks. Okay, maybe the picture's not a depiction. But let's go back to what really determines a culture. Their clothing. Their philosophy. Their spiritual essence. Their effing food. You see, you cannot create a nation of people with the cuisine, right? All the flavors in the world, clothing, language, all of these things. You cannot create it in 200 years, dummy. You're giving the white man so much power. It just tells me that you are white, but dressed in black. Black Edomites. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I hurt somebody's feelings? We had some viewers here and then they just left. Listen, in this channel, this ain't entertainment, family. Y'all either hear it or you don't. I don't give a shit, quite frankly. You guys want to look, listen. I watch a bunch of other channels, right? Just to kind of see where the mindset is of people, our people, and then also stupidity people, right? You guys love to give money to individuals that all they do is give you entertainment. That's all you guys are about. I mean, I don't know what it is, fam. In this channel, we don't charge. We don't say, hey, you know, you give me some money because I want to go to the liquor store. Give me some money because I want to go to a trip. Give me some money because, you know, like I'm teaching y'all the Bible. What Hebrews act. No, I don't do that. I bring truth. One of them is this: the ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master crib. But Israel, you so-called Hispanics, do not know. My people do not consider. But yet you got a bunch of folios claiming to be us. Look, watch.
How many times we asked you to provide proof that you are the real?
Sorry for me being a little bit unkempt. I've been a little under the weather. But the question is, they don't have to provide proof. It's in their DNA. It's in everything that they do. It's in their diet. It's in their folklore. It's in their religious beliefs, spiritualism. It's in everything that they hold true. Where is your evidence that you claim to be Aboriginal? Where is your DNA? Where is it going to point to? Certainly not here. If any of you were brave enough to take a test, okay, you would find that it would point you back to the west coast of Africa. And that's the reason why you should not actually ask anyone else to prove who they are when you can't prove who you are.
Talking about family. Oh, I'm sorry, man. I got some viewers that come and go. They get emotional. They get upset. Hey, it is what it is. Go ahead, man. Type something. I mean, if we got some enemies here, come on board. Tell me that I'm lying. Tell me that I'm lying. Look, you got another idiot. Oh, God, man. You guys are too easy, bro. They're like, y'all that dumb.
What is you doing? Yeah, you playing with me. Stop playing.
I can't stand you uneducated black creators with a big platform. It's too much DNA and too many books out here proving that black Americans are the real indigenous people of America and that Native Americans are nothing but Asians who crossed the Bering and got stuck over here.
You hear this, family? That we crossed the Bering Strait and we got stuck over here. But our culture has nothing in common with the Asian culture. Like Chinese. And then she talks about the Bering Strait. You know how long that so-called science is? 10,000, 20,000 years ago. So let me get this straight. We come from the Bering Strait. We bring the Asian so-called culture, which has nothing in common with us. And then we learned Spanish, but you guys didn't? So who got enslaved? You black folks are so confusing. Yo, just be black, man.
Because the goddamn Bering melted. Either stick to mediocre news or pick up a goddamn book that was written back in the 15 and 1600s and educate yourself. Because the coonery is thinning out your dreads and it's pissing me off.
Number one, if you don't like me, just say you don't like me. Don't make up nothing to justify your feelings. Number two, a new study by an international team of researchers may finally rip the ice corridor hypothesis out of textbooks once and for all. Using sediment cores and DNA analysis, the scientists reconstructed the corridor's environment. Number three, stating it simplistically from Conscious Lee, the first humans entered the Americas along the coast, not through ice, is evidence that mounts up against the traditional story of early human migration through ice corridors in the Americas. Number four, when you read this little journal about the genetics and the skeletal biology debunking the popular theory of Native American origins here in the Americas, it says nothing about black Americans or black people being the original Native Americans. Number five, oh, not another source. Anthropologists debunk popular theory that Native Americans originated from Japan. Number seven, this little land strait theory I love to quote seems to be going back about 18 to 20,000 years ago. However, we saw that evidence show that there have been footprints in the glaciers of New Mexico going around 27,000 years ago. Oh, that predates Shaw theory. Number seven, you can acknowledge that black Indians exist without trying to erase all of indigenous identity and saying they black. Number eight, did she really call me an uneducated content creator with a big platform? Number nine, madam, can you produce the books from the 1800s or the 1700s that says that black Americans are the original Native Americans? Tell me. Number 10, many people will cite Ivan Van Sertima, they came before Columbus, but even this book doesn't back up the claim that we are the true original Native Americans.
Yeah. What's this one?
Breaking news. The average African American genome, for example, is 73.2% African, 24% European, and 0.8% Native American, the team reports online today in the American Journal of Human Genetics. But that's only if you believe in science. Only 0.8% but claiming to be Native, sure okay. And wait for it. European Americans carry at least 1% Native American ancestry. They beat you in the pretend Indian Olympics. And even further, Black Americans aren't even Africans anymore due to that African slaves and their descendants mixed with whites of European ancestry, usually because enslaved black women were SA and exploited by white men.
Ouch.
Meaning black men in America carry the European Y chromosome and not the African Y chromosome to pass on to their male children.
What?
That said, most black men can only create European males now. Euro-African is a better title for the black community.
Black Edomites. Say it ain't so. Say it ain't so.
And not this attempt to appropriate the Native American culture. Get it to...
Damn. I can't even make that look good, bro. Just take that shit off, man. I'm telling you. Y'all are not the... Anyways, it doesn't matter. I don't have to explain myself on this one. I really don't. Anyways, who's sticking around? Oh, there's a couple of you. Okay, all praises, man. Y'all have some tough skin. I thought you're going to hate me for it. Oh, God, this is actually pretty good, family. Let me continue. Isaiah 1. Actually, let's go to Isaiah 3 real quick. Isaiah 3:11. It says, woe unto the wicked. It shall be ill with him, for the reward of his hand shall be given him. Why? The wicked? Trying to claim to be somebody they're not. As for my people, children of their oppressors, yes, you fools, and women rule over them, the mentality of a man with the mentality of a woman. O my people, which lead thee, cause thee to err, and destroy the ways of thy path. See, this also applies to our gente, especially you fools that do not take care of your children. Take care of your damn children, man. Stop trying to leave our sisters with no parents, with no father, I'm sorry. What the hell's wrong with y'all? Y'all want to be like the other nations? We don't practice those things, okay? We don't practice the what do you call it? Promiscuousness. We've always had this idea before these Anglos and these Africans came. You see, they have that in their spirit. They don't give a shit about courting or getting married properly. They don't. That's just the Anglo-African way, or the European white and European black, or Euro-African, whatever y'all want to call yourselves. I don't give a shit. You're not from this continent. And it's very clear that we need to start stepping up to our people and saying, look, y'all need to watch your ass. Seriously, fam. We have enough proof that shows who we are according to the Bible. Enough proof. I mean, it's undeniable. Can't go wrong with it. We got history that shows we were keeping the laws of God. We got history that shows that these heathens took the laws of God from us. We got proof that they implemented Christianity and they only forced Padre Nuestro, El Credo, the Ten Commandments, Rosary. That's all they were taught to us. We got the Mayan Conquistador book that shows that there were black padres who hated our people. Yeah. Let me hook it up. Hold up. Where are you at? Hold up a second. Let me pull it up again.
Oh my God!
Oh, wait, that's not it, bro. That's not it, bro. Hold on a second. I think it's this one here.
Breaking news.
Yeah, it's this one.
The average African American genome, for example, is 73.2% African.
I don't really know too much about this, honestly, but, it's interesting as they go further into
24% European and 0.8% Native American, the team reports online today in the American Journal of Human Genetics. But that's only if you believe in science. Only 0.8% but claiming to be Native, sure okay. And, wait for it, European Americans carry at least 1% Native American ancestry. They beat you in the pretend Indian Olympics.
Oh, white people got a little more native blood than black folks do. This is funny, dude. Anyway, let's get going.
And even further, Black Americans aren't even Africans anymore due to that African slaves and their descendants mixed with whites of European ancestry.
Thank you. I've been saying it. I've said it in my since last year. See, the Moors want to say, yeah, we Africans, we conquered the white. What I'm saying is the white man and the black man have been mixing together for centuries. So we got Black Edomites, family. Black Edomites. That's why some of these folks hate our guts. Because that you got that gene in you, that perpetual hatred. So we are identifying who Canaan is. Tyree, Negro. You Tyree, man. Embrace it. You see, every nation has had their opportunity to conquer. You guys had your opportunity to conquer. Africans, yes, you ruled Europe for 800 years, maybe more. You had your chance. It's over. You're done. You're no longer going to be in kingship anymore. That's it. It's over for y'all. Accept it. It is life. It's the way it is. When we found out who we were, before we found out who we were, this was life. This was just the way it was. We were just Mexicans, beaners, and wetbacks, and that was it. We didn't have no other hope. Man, it is what it is. But I'm going to do my best out of what I got. Yes, you see, the real Hebrews, that's how we roll. We work hella hard, regardless of. And we don't ask for damn reparations or beg for crumbs. Reparations my ass. You guys are damn slaves, slave masters. The freaking nerve of you to be asking for money. Yo, it's like the white man asking us for money. Hey, man, we need reparations because when we came here, we enslaved you guys. But now that, we're running out. Yeah, there is a lot of nations that are not multiplying. That includes the so-called black person as well. You guys need to do your homework on your people. Because the white man ain't making it no more. The Asian man ain't making it no more. They're actually forcing their people to multiply. And guess what? Well, I don't know why, but your statistics are shrinking. Call it abortion, whatever. And by the way, abortion is not a curse. That is a choice that you guys want to make. You see, curse is when you have a child and they take it from you. A curse is when you're trying to raise your children and the Border Patrol says, no, hell no. We're going to take your land and take you into jail because we don't know who you are. And then they lock you up in there and you don't have no clue when you're going to return out of that jail. You see, those are curses. But when you go out there and actually abort children, it's not a curse. Now, some of y'all are probably wondering, why do I have this picture up here? Here's why, fam. Because I want to read this to you guys real quick. Hold on. Give me a second. Give me a second here real quick. All right. I'm going to read this to y'all, and then I'm going to play a video, okay? This is from the description of the Indies, 1620. Number 55, it says, Ezra says that at the close of this extended journey, they colonized and lived in that region which is called Arsareth. That very learned author, Jean Brard, in the book 1 of his chronology, states that Arsareth is the extreme point of Great Tartary, or Scythia, that it is a cape or promontory which is the boundaries or landmark dividing the old world with the new, above the Straits of Anain, and near which they crossed from the country to New Spain. So they could have gone by that route or by India and China, since there, in that region of Cathay, the people inhabiting that country keep the Old Testament and the laws of Moses. What? Yes, sir. They keep the laws of Moses. Although with many superstitions besides, this is full and sufficient proof. This is full and sufficient proof that members of the 10 tribes passed through there and settled there, since there is clear with their observation of the law. That's right. And from there, they could easily cross the straits or the channel which lies between China and the kingdom of Anain, as may be seen on the globes or maps. And from the kingdom of Anain, they went on exploring, colonizing those countries of the New World never before seen or settled by human beings. Yes, sir. See, we got Testament. Now, this is from the Mexican periods, right? The periods of the Mexican periods, right? I think that's what it's called. Page 16. So if we're not the people of the Bible, then why did this happen to us? If we weren't even part of the laws, why take that away from us? It says here, and land was stolen from the natives. Great famine ensued, yet heavy taxes were laid on Indians. Those who failed to pay were tortured to death. Indians who refused to join the Catholic Church were horsewhipped, had their heads shaved, and were forbidden to hold office or title in their villages for failing to attend mass or for practicing any old rites. An Indian could receive 100 lashes. According to the Spaniards, which they were black and white, Africans too, Indians were supposed to know only the Our Father, Ave Maria, Credo, and Testament, and 10 Commandments. Reading and writing were considered as dangerous as the devil.
What is you doing? Yeah, you playing with me. Stop playing.
I can't stand you uneducated black creators with a big platform. It's too much DNA and too many books out here proving that black Americans are the real indigenous people of America and that Native Americans are nothing but Asians who crossed the Barren and got stuck over here because the goddamn Barren melted. Either stick to media.
I wonder if she's listening to that channel because she's got kids from like a bunch of fathers, because that's your typical way. It's hard to tell you. It's stereotypical, but hey, y'all call yourselves that. It is what it is, man. I'm sorry. Hey, listen, in this channel, we're not going to be sensitive to your emotions. You guys are real quick to call the white man out as a nation of people. Well, guess what? You're going to be getting your own dosage today, because we've had it. You know why? Here, right here. This is for you black folks right here. You need to read this book. Virginia, the Old Dominion. You know what that says about y'all? It says this about you guys. That you guys were indentured servants. That you were indentured servants, no different than white laborers. What now? What are you going to say to that? Why do we speak Spanish and have culture and food, tradition, and you guys don't? You still eat pork. You still eat the food that were given to you in your slave days. You see, there's a lot of material that shows that you guys did not come here through a slave trade. You guys came with the white man. And you gave it away by showing us this shit here. Once you started boasting about who you are, that's when we started finding out you guys are not our gente. You guys are wicked ass people who brought your culture, your wicked ass culture from over there. And that's why we got body counts, abortions, promiscuousness, sodomy. Yeah, that's an African trait. Oh, here. There you go, Ezekiel. You see your Pan-Africanist? Sorry, fam, I'm just showing you. This is Nathaniel. Bishop Nathaniel from IUIC. He's a award-winning author, sure. A missionary, bullshit. Pan-Africanist. That is true. Where you at, One West? So Israelites are now Pan-Africanists? Yeah, man, you can't make this stuff up. But anyhow, let's begin. Here we go. Hey, shalom, Israel. Shalom, it's your brother Manuel. Let me see. I'm gonna check something real quick. All right. Hey, shalom, Israel. Shalom, it's your brother Manuel. Okay, perfect. Let me see. Right. I'm gonna check something real quick. All right. Hey, shalom, Israel. Okay, perfect. All right, hold on. Let me do this real quick. I'll wait a little bit, maybe another minute or so, and then I'm gonna start. I don't know who's there. I'll wait a little bit, maybe another. So and then I'm gonna start. I don't know who's there. Okay, perfect. All right, so let's see. All right, so nobody's still here. Well, I'm gonna start anyways, man. So you guys can actually watch it. All right. All right. So here we go. The class. First of all, shalom, family. Lord willing, y'all are doing well. Okay. I know that I've been kind of getting on board and then doing a lot of classes recently. It's been upon my spirit. This one in particular, I want to touch on Arsarith, and then the second Esdras, chapter 13, verse 40 and through 45. Okay. So let's get to it. The topic is Arsarith. Okay. So now I'm gonna read the scripture. I'm gonna go all the way through 45, and then I'm gonna play a video of some just random individual. Okay. And this is what they had to say about what this means. And this is why that One West doctrine was so confusing and putting our people in that particular type of state of confusion, because they were just, like it made no sense. All right. So let me go ahead and read this first, and then we'll go from there. All right. Second Ezra chapter 13, verse 40. It says, those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of Hosea the king, whom Salmanassar the king of Assyria led away captive.
and he carried them over the waters, and so they into another land. But they took this counsel among themselves that they would leave the multitude of the heathen and go forth into a further country where never mankind dwelt, that they might there keep their statutes which they never kept in their own land. And they entered into the Euphrates by the narrow place of the river, for the Most High then showed signs for them and held still the flood till they passed over. For through that country was a great way to go, namely a year and a half, and the same region is called Arsareth. Okay, so the same region is called Arsareth. Now, I'm gonna put a video on right now, so you guys can see what some of I don't know what you call them. I guess non-believers, maybe. Okay, watch this. Oh, that's right. I need to read the disclaimer. All right, here's the disclaimer. Oh, hold on, let me pause it. Here's the disclaimer, okay? It's in Spanish. Here's the English one. Okay, perfect. All right, here we go. It says here, the content, the copyright disclaimer, this content does not belong to Bible Chronicles, nor does Bible Chronicles claim this intellectual property. The content provided today has and always will belong to the content owner. Bible Chronicles does not have any affiliation with the owner of this property. As mentioned, Bible Chronicles does not intend to make use of any material for the purpose of harvesting gain. However, Title 17 of United States copyright law states material in use can only be done when it's for theological or general educational purposes. And thus, Bible Chronicles believes that this principle of material falls under fair use, which honors protection under Section 107 of the same U.S. copyright law. Okay? All right, so then now I read that. So check this out. Look what this guy has to say. I'm going to let it play, all right? And then it's only 4 minutes, so let's hear it out.
Shalom, coming back with another video. I just want to touch on these subjects that the Israelites like to go over to try to prove Native Americans and Hispanics are our people. I'm going to the scriptures where they go to. 2nd Israel 13 and 40. Those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoner out of their own land in the time of Hosea the king, who Salmonelsa, the king of Assyria, led away captive. And he carried them over the waters, and so they came into a lot of land. So they try to prove this and make it seem like they came to America, which they didn't. They still in Africa. These people don't read, man. I mean, it's just simple and plain, man. If people don't get this stuff, man, the Most High just ain't showing you. But they took this counsel among themselves that they would lead the multitude of the heathen and go forth into a farther country where never mankind dwelt, which is still in Africa. Y'all know how big it is in Africa. It's a lot of places that ain't nobody been to in Africa yet, man. There's a lot of places still over there ain't never mankind dwelt over there. That's how big the land is. That they may keep their statues, but they never kept in their own land. And they enter into the Euphrates by the narrow places of the river. For the Most High then showed signs for them, and hell stood the flood till they were passed over. And this part right here is finna kill them. Watch this. For through that country, there was a great way to go, namely of a year and a half. And the same region is called Arsareth. Then dwelt they there until the latter times. Until the latter times now. Peep that, until the latter times. The Most High hell stood the flood for them until the latter times. And now when they shall begin to come, that the highest, it's talking about the Most High, that the highest shall stay springs of the stream again. That means he gonna hell flood, he gonna hold the water again like he did. And we'll see what spring is. We don't want to miss nothing. I mean, it's just so easy, man. And the Most High just gotta show you. Mean leap, fly back, or move. Springs mean move. He gonna move the water again. That's what it means. A small, narrow river. He gonna move the small, narrow river again that they may go through. So by the Israelites' logic, that means the Native Americans and the Hispanics got to get back on the boat and go back to Africa. By their logic, if Native Americans and Hispanic Israelites, That means they got to get back on the boat and go back. Because verse 47 say the highest is talking about the most high shall stay the springs. That mean hold back. The springs mean hold back, or the stream mean water, a narrow river. Again, that mean he gonna do it again. That they may go through. Therefore, size thou the multitude with peace. So I don't know what they get out of this. What do it say that they came to America? Verse 47 says the highest shall stay the springs of the stream again. That means he gonna hold for the water again. That they may go through. That they gonna go through. That's in Africa. And I don't know how these people miss over this, man. What verse in this said came to the to America? Verse 47, it debunked all that, man. Verse 47, they go through 40 through 45 or something like that, or 46, but they don't want y'all to read. They don't want y'all to read verse 47. When they say the highest shall stay springs of the stream again, they don't want y'all to read that. That means he gonna do it again. So that means if Native American Israelite, Hispanic Israelite, them goddamn mixed Spaniards, Israelites, that means they gotta get back on the boat and go all the way back to Africa. Because the Most High say he gonna bring them through there again. Shalom, I'm out, man. I just wanted to put that out there. That people they just jump right over 47. Like the Most High said he ain't gonna bring them through the water again. That same water they the northern tribe ran through the first time, he gonna bring them back again the second time. Just saying the same thing, man. Shalom.
Okay, so you guys heard him. Oh shoot, my bad. You guys heard him, okay? And because of One West, that's pretty much where we stand, right? Just based on that, maybe he makes sense, maybe not, right? I don't know how some people feel about it, but let's start it. Deuteronomy chapter 29, verse 29, and it reads, "The secret things belong unto the Lord our God." It said our God. But those things which are revealed belong unto us and to our children forever, that we, as a people, may do all the words of this law. So regarding the secrets and doing all the words of the law is also teaching the history of who we are, where we came from, how we migrated, all of that. Okay? Psalms 25. Psalms 25, chapter 14, it reads, "The secret of the Lord is with them that fear him, and he will show them his covenant." So what's one of them? What's one of the covenants? Deuteronomy 4:13. Watch what it reads. It says, "And he declared unto you his covenant, which he commanded you to perform, even the 10 commandments, and he wrote them upon 2 tables of stones," meaning there was more than 10 commandments, right? It wasn't just 10. Those were the main, like the predominant ones, in a sense, for lack of better words. So it says, "And he declared unto you his covenant, which he commanded you to perform." Right? So what is requiring of us to perform the covenant? Obviously, applying the laws, statutes, and commandments, but we're also supposed to teach our children these things, right? So what do we teach them? Job 8:8. And it reads, For inquire, I pray thee, of the former age." So we're supposed to teach our children the laws, but we're also supposed to teach them about the Bible and the history of it and our forefathers and what they achieved, their failures and their achievements. "And prepare thyself to search of their fathers." Okay? So, and then that's actually told several times throughout the scriptures. Deuteronomy 32:17. Watch what it reads. "They sacrifice unto 32:7. It reads, "Remember the days of old. Consider the years of my many generations." Remember that, okay? "Ask thy fathers, and he will show thee, thy elders, and they will tell thee." Well, if we keep doing that, that means we were already keeping the laws. So as of right now, we need to go back into our forefathers and find out more about them. What exactly is this mean, right? Especially this topic of like just the second Esdras, right? So now let's go to Amos I'm going quick because I want to make sure I do this class quick, okay? Because I was earlier online. Amos 7:11, and it reads, "For thus Amos saith, Jeroboam shall die by the sword." Wait, is this what I'm looking for? Oh yeah. For thus Amos saith, Jeroboam shall die by the sword, and Israel shall surely be led away captive out of their own land. Okay, so now we see in Amos that prophesying in regards to, or that we were going to be taken out of our own land, meaning the 12 tribes, right? So now here's where we start seeing what happened. So let me kind of run it by real quick, so at least we can get to the point of Arsareth, because this topic is pretty standard and pretty simple. Okay, I'm going to show you guys some maps, and then you guys pretty much, discern it and study it yourselves as well. Here's where it starts. 2 Kings chapter 17, verse 5. It reads, "Then the king of Assyria came up throughout all the land and went up to Samaria and began and besieged it 3 years. In the 9th year of Hosea, the king of Assyria took Samaria and carried Israel away into Syria and placed them in Halah and in the harbor by the river of Gazan in the cities of the Medes." Okay. Now that's over there by like Persia Medes, like further in. So let's check it out. Look, the city of the Medes, right? City of Medes. City of Medes location. City of Medes. Let's see. Where's the city of Medes? Empire. Oh, yellow. All of this, I'm sorry, I didn't even see it. So all of this is yellow, the Medes. Okay. Then the king of Assyria came up throughout all the land and went up into Samaria and besieged it 3 years. And in the 9th year of Hosea, the king of Assyria took Samaria and carried Israel away into Assyria and placed them in Halah. Okay, well, we don't see Halah here. Let's see what we can. Where is Halah in the Bible? So we see that. Oh, that's not going to help. Well, maybe here. Bible Atlas. Halah. Okay, so you see where Halah is, guys? Right there, okay? So they took us right around that area. All right. All right. So let me put this down real quick. We may need it later. Okay, so let me read it again. In the 9th year of Hosea, the king of Assyria took Samaria and carried Israel into Assyria, placed them in Halah and in the harbor. Okay, we saw that, right? Watch this. It says Halah in the harbor. Right? See? Halah in the harbor, map area. Okay. Harbor River. So around this area here. Okay. All right. So now let's go to 2 Chronicles 6:36. And then verse 22, and it reads, "Now in the first year of Cyrus, king of Persia," this is after the Assyrians. The Persians then took over and conquered the Assyrians, or beat them, right? "That the word of the Lord spoke by the mouth of Jeremiah might be accomplished. The Lord stirred up the spirit of Cyrus, king of Persia, that he made a proclamation throughout all his kingdom, and put it also in writing, and saying, Thus says Cyrus, king of Persia, all the kingdoms of the earth had the Lord God of heaven given me, and he had charged me to build him a house, Jerusalem, which is in Judah, who is there among you of all people. The Lord, this his God, be with him. Let him go up." Now, remember, keep in mind that Cyrus was a Zoroastrian. So why would the Most High stir up his spirit? And why would he believe it? That's a hell of a question. I mean, honestly, right? What does that mean? Let me give you guys something real quick. I have a book called see, what is it? Eclipsis, Volume 1. Okay. And I'm going to show y'all something. You guys can actually read it. This book here. If you look at Persians, watch. Hopefully it doesn't log me out because it's going to ask me to log on. And honestly, I don't want to have to log on. All right. So anyhow, in this book, you guys can read it. Okay. It shows and shares that Cyrus was a relative of Abraham. So let me see if I can get the book. Hold on. I'm going to show you something. Real quick here. A second, guys. Give me a second. I'm going to .org. Maybe I could get it here. Okay, here we go. Yep, there it goes right here. Okay, so let me go and do this one. All right, watch this. Persians. It's going to say it a lot. Now, I'm not trying to segue from the topic. I just want to make sure that you guys understand that there was a lot going on in that time, and a lot of the, I guess you could say, a lot of the migrations, tribes, they were pretty much, somewhat relatives. Now, you also had obviously Ishmael and Elam in that area, but watch this. Persian villagers are described. Let me see here. Let's see right here. No, this isn't it. Let's see. Here, I'll do this. Let me do it this way. Hey, bro. See, all of this mattered, guys. That's what I'm showing y'all. All of this mattered. Obviously, the Most High. There's a reason nobody was able to ever answer me. Why did God go give Cyrus, put it in his spirit? Like, why? If he wasn't an Israelite, okay? But no one was able to answer me that question. So obviously, I had to, answer my questions, because there was really nobody available to answer them, and even if there was, they weren't able to. And this is what I found. Excuse me. Let's see. I think this one. This is a great book, by the way. You guys should consider reading it. Already a story about Abraham, Sarah. Let me see. Maybe it's here. Abraham, Moses. Peruvians believe in one supreme being. This is basically talking about how the similarities. Yeah, and I touched on it on another class. But I'm trying to show you guys something here. Where are you? Okay, no, that's not it. Oh, here goes. All right, here goes. We know that the religion of the Magi did become corrupted, and it was reformed before the time of Cyrus and Daniel by a man called Zoroaster or Abraham Zoroaster. Okay, so now what these guys are saying is that the Persians, look, there seems no doubt that this king and priest was the religion of the Persians, of Brahma, of Mithra, and of Abram, as professed at this time. Okay. Now it says here, let me see this one. Where are you? Still calling Ishka was the name of both Sarah and his wife. Jesus. No. Anyways, look, guys, honestly, if you guys can really look through this book, and it's going to show you, it's going to say that these guys, the Persians, they know that they come from Abraham. Okay. So I'm trying to look for the page, and it's going to be a while because honestly, it's It's a lot of pages. And I wasn't thinking of showing this. Let's see, maybe here. Okay, maybe not here. Let's try this one. This the last one. If not, I'm going to move on. The whole of the Jews were circumcised because they were said to have been a priestly nation, and if the history of Abraham can be believed, the Jews, probably so called, were all descendants of the Chaldean Brahmin, and of 318 persons said to be bred in his own house. That's weird. And who probably constituted the whole tribe or high caste tribe who had come with him from India. I mean, look through the book, guys, honestly, and you're gonna find out that the Persians know that they come from them. Okay, so now we've got at least one answer in regards to why in the world did God choose Cyrus to free the Israelites. Okay, well, it was all prophetic, obviously. So now let's go to verse 23. I think I read it. I'll read it again. Does say, yeah, I did. No, let me read it. Thus say Cyrus, king of Persia, all the kingdoms of the earth had the Lord God of heaven given me. You see that? And he had charged me to build him an house in Jerusalem, which is in Judah. Who is there among you of all his people? The Lord his God be with him, and let him go up. Now, when would the Most High allow some heathen to do that? Well, we now know that they were relatives of Abraham. Okay? So now, since we are now so-called free to go, okay? Let me go to First Ezra just to show you and confirm. It says here, now is the first year of Cyrus, king of Persia, that the word of the Lord by the mouth of Jeremiah might be fulfilled. The Lord stirred up the spirit of Cyrus, king of Persia, that he made a proclamation throughout all his kingdom and put it also in writing, saying, thus say Cyrus, king of Persia, the Lord God of heaven had given me all the kingdoms of the earth, and he had charged me to build him a house at Jerusalem, which is in Judah. Okay? So now it says, who is there among you of all his people? His God be with him, and let him go up to Jerusalem, which is in Judah, and build house of the Lord, go to the Lord of Israel. He is the God. Wow. Which is in Jerusalem. Remember, this guy was a Zoroastrian, right? And whosoever remaineth in any place where he sojourned, let the men of his place help him with silver and with gold and with goods and with beasts, besides the free will offerings for the house of the God that is in Jerusalem. Okay? So now we see that Cyrus allowed them to go. Something moved Cyrus' spirit, but it seems like Cyrus was related to Abraham. Okay? So now let's go to 2nd Ezra chapter 13. Okay, verse 40. And it reads, those are the 10 tribes who were carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of Hosea the king, whom Salmanassar, king of Assyria, led away captive, and he carried them over the waters, and so they came into another land. Okay, so now let me show you a map real quick. Show you the map. Where is it? The world. I think it's this one. Okay.
Shalom, shalom,
That's not
coming
it.
back.
What am I talking about? Let's see, like that. Oh, I know why that happened. Okay, cool. So as you can see, it says here, I'm going to put it to the side. It says, verse 41, verse 40, those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of Hosea the king, whom Salmanassar, the king of Assyria, led away captive, and he carried them over the waters, and so they came into another land. Okay? Now, I'm going to stop right there, because it says, but they took his counsel. So he took them into another land where? We found out when. We found out where. He took them somewhere around there, right? This is an old map, and I'm going to show you. I'm going to use this map too. Oh, please don't tell me you're going to freeze on me. Okay, cool. Sorry, guys. It's a little tricky map. I got to move very slow. Okay. So he took them there. Okay. Right there. And he carried them over the waters, meaning this year. Okay. And so they came into another land. Okay. Excuse me, guys. Sorry. It's a little difficult. I just want to make sure that we get the good view. All right. So now they're over here. They're right here. Okay. How do I flip it up? Okay. It's a little difficult, man, but I'm trying to figure it out. All right. So they're right there. And here's the Euphrates. Okay. Now it says, but they took this counsel among themselves when? After Cyrus had given the decree to free the Israelites, that they would leave the multitude of the heathen. Where? Right there. The multitude here, wherever they were. Because, I mean, keep in mind, he might have taken them here, but that doesn't mean he kept them there. They're slaves. He could take them anywhere else. Plus, if you guys remember, you have this area in a map which had Joktan right here. That was called Joktan. If you guys don't remember, there's a map that I have. And for the sake of time, I don't want to look for it because I have this in my mind here to make sure that we get through it. Okay? But it basically says that. Peleg and Joktan, all of that. Okay? But they took his counsel among themselves after Cyrus had freed them, all right? That they would leave the multitude of the heathen and go forth into a further country where never mankind dwelt. So now, they're right here. Okay? Persia was ruling. Here, I'll show you guys. Persia. Empire. Look, Persia literally covered all of this. Okay? And the 12 tribes are, well, the 10 tribes are right there. You see what I'm saying? They were right here. All right? So let's go back now. It says, but they took his counsel among themselves that they would leave the multitude. Which multitude? This multitude. Wherever it would have been here. Remember, it's all under Cyrus's territory, okay? Now, the Assyrians, I'll show you the Assyrian, sake of time, it won't. But the Assyrians were less, okay? You guys can look it up. The Assyrians were conquered up until this point. So when Cyrus took over, he said, hey, where you guys are at, you guys can stay there. You guys can go wherever you want. So obviously, they're saying, well, you know what? They took their counsel among themselves. That doesn't overnight. That took years. It had to take years because the Bible is like that. You know, one verse can go to another verse, and all of a sudden, it's like a couple, like 100 years maybe at times, or maybe more. So you know, you got to be mindful that what were they sojourning? They took but they took this counsel among themselves. That means they had time to think about what they wanted to do. So if they were already free, they obviously weren't just staying here. They were maybe migrating somewhere around in this area of the Persian power, because this is where it gets really sick and sickening and ignorant, is when they say, the one West says, oh yeah, they took the Euphrates and went through Africa all the way around, like all the way this way. You're telling me that why would you do that? Why would you go all the way around? Euphrates River goes this way, and then you're going to go around that way on boats? Come on, man. It makes no sense. But what does make sense is this right here. Hold on. Let me get a different map because this is really... Hold on, guys. Let me see. Where you at? Let me try this map. Maybe this map will work a little bit. And check out the website. Oh no, that's not the map. I'm gonna show you that one in a little bit. Let's see this one. No, I'm gonna show you that one a little bit too. Well, let me just get that one because honestly, it's not a waste. I'm gonna waste time looking for another example. I'll do my best to control it. Okay. So anyhow, it just doesn't make sense, and I don't see how there could be massive amount of boats that would be able to just do that. Okay, so why would we go that route? It makes no sense. All right, now let's continue. It says here that okay, so it says, and go forth into a further country where never mankind dwelt. Another thing, mankind was already dwelling in Africa. And this kid that was saying, "Oh, well, Africa's so big." No, come on, man. There's maps that show. And look, remember the Egyptians, the Canaanites, the Cushites. What do you think they were? So, plus, on top of the fact that if they're free to go in the Persian Empire, why would they go to another empire so then they can be enslaved? No, that would make no sense. So the only way this would make more sense would be a further country where never mankind dwelt. Well, at that time, there wasn't really not many people traveling through these areas. I mean, there were some kingdoms, but not many. And then from proof of the fact that we see a lot of similar customs, similar names in Mexico and South America, where the people in India, like the Raramuri. Oh, here, I'll show you guys in case you guys haven't seen it. This is a trip. Now, I'm not saying, all I'm saying is we traveled through there. So it makes sense that we would have gone that way. Watch this. Raramuri of Chiu Chihuahua. Sorry, Chihuahua. I think that's how you spell it. Oh, my bad. I was off. All right, so look, watch this. These are images, right? You can see this here. Look at this. I don't know what was that. Watch right here. Okay, I get. Oh, here it goes. See, this is the Raramuri of Chihuahua. Well, watch this. The Ramuri of Shivava. Look at that. Boom. The Raramuri of Chihuahua, the Ramuri of Shivava. Now, again, what this means is that we had to have traveled to those areas. Plus, remember, it says Joktan in the other map. Let me see if I can get it. Hold up. Map. Joktan, here it goes. Okay, this is more of a newer map. And you see it says here Joktan, Jokton, like Yucatan, Arfashad, Persia, Elam. You see? This was their kingdom. All of this was their kingdom. Okay? So the 10 tribes have more likely gone this way for security purposes because of the Persian Empire understood that they were free. Okay? So obviously, as we're walking through, a good chance that we would have picked up some customs. Then it says here that they made that. Let's see, but they took this counsel among themselves that they would leave the multitude of the heathen and go forth into a further country where never mankind dwelt, that they might there keep their statues, which they never kept in their own land. Okay, meaning in Jerusalem, because we're falling off. And they entered into the Euphrates by the narrow place, right? This place here. Narrow place of the river. For the Most High then showed them signs and still heal the waters. All right, so now this is where it gets tricky. Okay, so they go here. Oops. All right, here goes. I'm getting a little better. So they go here. So they pass the Euphrates River, and then God shows them signs, and they say to a further country where never mankind dwelt. So watch this, guys. If you go further into this map, you pass India, you pass China, and then you deal with like an area called Tartary. These guys came later, by the way. But then you see this, Arsaris. Okay. Then you see Arsaris right here. All right. The same thing you see here. Now watch what this one says. Arsaris. 4 Esdras capítulo 13. Isio tribuil se fore totarorum. Yeah, it's Italian. Tartoro, Scaith. It's just mentioning like places, people that the Scythians right here, Tartary or Tartar, the Syria, the area. Look, Tartary, right? Remember, this is a later book, later map, not that in the times of, because we left. First of all, Assyria conquered us in about 700 BC. We left then about 535, 538 BC, give or take. So this is way later. And but here we understand that it's called Arsareth. Now I don't know what it would be called at that time, right? But that's the understanding of it. Now, when we look at this, this makes more sense because as we keep reading further, watch what happens. For the Most High then showed them signs for them and held still the flood till they were passed over. So are we talking about the Strait of the Anian or the Barren Strait? Now, we were told that, oh, yeah, it's because, the ice melted or the ice froze. But, when we left Exodus, he also opened the namely a year and a half, and the same region was called Arsareth, same region. So what's a region? Okay, so watch this. I'm going to get my Webster's Dictionary 1828 book. Watch what it says. Region. Region means a tract of land or space of indefinite extent, usually a tract or considerable extent. It is sometimes nearly synonymous with country, sometimes with country. It says the inhabitants of a region or district, right? A part of the body. So it says here, for through that country was a great way to war. For the Most High then showed them signs for them, and still held the flood till they were passed over. For through that country was a great way to go, namely a year and a half, and the same region, meaning the same section, right, is called Arsareth. So if the entrance of Arsareth is here, and he held the floods for us, then it would only make sense that he would hold the flood for us there. It's about a 50-mile walk. Excuse me. Not a 50-mile walk, but 50 miles. Okay? Now watch what this says. This is another map. More colorful. Look. This is the same one. 4 Esdras, capítulo 13. Tribus Sephirah, I guess. Oh, Zephyrat, or I don't know what it says. Something like that. Totaroru. I don't know what. But look. Strito di Anian. So again, for through that country was a great way to go. Which way? All the way this way. All the way this way. So now he holds the water for us. For through the Most High showed him signs and held still the waters, right? So here he held the waters out. When we were walking, he's showing us the signs. And then it goes, for through that country was a great way to go. Namely, a year and a half in the same region is called Arsareth, because there's a great space to walk through. Right? If Arsareth is here, give me a second. Arsareth is right here. Here's the entrance of Arsareth. So it would make sense, so close, why the Most High would hold still the waters, and why it was a great way to go, namely a year and a half, because you consider the length from here to here, and then all the travel to America, all the way down to where we started migrating, mostly here. Okay, and here's why. Verse 46. Then dwelt they there until the latter times, and now when they shall begin to come. Whoa, let me read it again. Then dwelt they there until the latter time, and now when they shall begin to come. Watch this. Okay. The highest shall stay the springs, meaning hold the waters of the stream again, that they may go through. Therefore sawest thou the multitude of peace. So the only way that this scripture makes sense for for us is, first of all, you got to understand Arsareth is here. So we could not have gone first. And okay, so Arthurus is here. All right. He held the waters. And then he held the waters again. Now, are we going to go back into our land in this way? I can't call that right now. As far as I know, the Messiah is going to return, right? That's something that I can dig into. But as far as my understanding from what we're sharing here right now, that we didn't take no boats around Africa, okay? That's stupid because that takes forever to go around. Plus, that region, right? This was conquered by other countries, other people. They would have enslaved our people. Our people aren't dumb. We would have at least made sure not to go that way. If anything, we go this way. Because why? Because no one ever dwelt in these lands. And if they did, very minimal. Plus, we would have protection all the way up to this point. And then we go up here. That is not that far. Now, the great way to go, that's pretty far. So when the Most High holds the waters, that rock right there, if you're going to walk from the top of America, from Alaska, all the way down to South America, that's about a year and a half. Okay? And then on 47, it says, the highest shall stay the springs of the stream again, that they may go through. And you know that it's not, this is not a stream, but it's a river. It's pretty big. It's part of a sea. Okay? So now, let me go to Deuteronomy chapter 33, verse 17. So we can get an idea as to if it's prophetic that we were going to come here in the first place. It is. Look, watch. It says, his glory is like the firstlings of his bullock, and his horns are like the horns of the unicorn. This is the tribe of Ephraim, okay? With them, he shall push the people together to the end of the earth. And they are the 10,000 of Ephraim, and they are the thousands of Manasseh. And Zebulun, he said, rejoice, Zebulun, in thy going out, and Issachar in thy tents. And it shall call the people unto the mountains. There they shall, okay, watch this. And Zebulun, he shall rejoice. Zebulun in thy going out, and Issachar in thy tent. Okay? And they shall call the people unto the mountain. Now, I was shown, I'll show you with you guys, that Zebulun was the Mayas, and Issachar the Aztecs. And the Issachar was when they sacrificed, they would blow the horn, and Zebulun would come and sacrifice with the Aztecs, or the Mayas with the Aztecs. That's how I was told, okay? As of right now, all I'm showing you is that the 10 tribes were going to be pushed to the end of the earth, okay? Now, Deuteronomy 6 and 8, watch what it reads. Deuteronomy 6 and 8, and it says, and thou shalt bind them for a sign upon thine hand. And no, that's not it. Revelation. What am I talking about? My God. Sorry, guys. Revelations 6:8. It says, and I looked and behold a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed with him. And power was given unto them over the 4 parts of the earth, the 4th part of the earth, to kill with a sword, and with hunger, and with death, and with the beast of the earth. Okay? Now, why am I bringing this up? Watch this. This is from a book called Geography Rectified. Give me a second. Watch what it reads right here. Here goes. America is the 4th part. Watch this. According to the greater integrating parts thereof, the ancient divided the whole earth into 3 great parts: Europe, Africa, Asia, and Africa, to which now added a 4th, America. Again, a 4th or 4th part, like Revelation. It says, I'm just going to get to the point. And it was given power, and it was given unto them. Oh, I'm sorry. And power was given unto them over the 4th part of the earth to kill with swords, and with hunger, and with death. Did they not come from the end of the earth and kill us with the sword? Did they not take away our resources, and now we're being in hunger? Are people dying at the border? Are people dying here too? Our people are poor. So-called illegal immigrants, they can barely make it. They're not getting paid that well. A lot of people pay them less because they know they're not quote legal. And with the beast of the earth, what is that? You know which one? Started 2 or 3 years ago. Are they not? Is this not happening here in this continent? Look, watch. This is from a system geography, a dissertation of creation and various phenomena. Okay, so this is what I wanted to show you guys. Tartar or Tartary, right? Tartar. Muscovite, 3 million square miles. But this is the weird part. In Europe, there's 2.7 square miles. Africa 10. I'm sorry, Asia 10, Africa 8, America 9. So how could these guys have 3 million plus 604,000 and about almost 800,000? Almost what? More than 4 million in square mileage. So that means what? What we were looking at earlier. These guys ran all of this here. Tartary. Tarsia. Tart. You see Tartary, I think it's in the other map. Yeah, Tartaria, right? And if this is an entrance, the 12 tribes, look, they're still naming them. America, right? Pars, Nova Ars Pars. I got to look up what that word means. But as you can see, look. See that, guys? So the 10 tribes God held the waters. They crossed over in a year and a half. So it wasn't no necessarily ice like on the floor. It was the Most High. And I know that people won't be able to wrap their minds around it. Look, watch. This is what they say because apparently we came from that region. As for the original of these people, right? It is most probable that they did descend from the Tartars, if so be that the west side of America be continent with Asia, or disjoined by a very small strait, as this described in some maps I just showed you, where Russia was, right? But now Spanish and all of that stuff. It says here, watch this. But their numbers are much wasted since the Spaniards' discovery. For some authors affirm that they put to death about 15 million of the natives in less than 15 years, and that the blood of those that perished in the mines where they were forced to labor weighed more than all the gold and silver drawn from hence. Wow. All of our gente died, and they weighed more than all the gold that these bastards got from us. Anyhow, it's a short class, guys. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to go too deep on this. It's pretty self-explanatory. Let me give you guys one more. Baruch, chapter 3 and verse 7. Why all this then? And for this cause thou hast put fear in thine heart to the intent that we should call upon thy name and praise thee in our captivity, for we have called to mind all the iniquity of our forefathers that sinned before thee. So this is why all of this is happening. Our job as brethren is to find out and give y'all more answers that can give us a much more clarity. Because for some time we were told that this is who we were, that we were Africans and that we came here. Well, One West needs to teach that in order for us to be the woolly team. But the simple fact is that they're not Israel. We already proven that left and right. I'll give you one example, okay? Look, Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 28. I'm going to show y'all real quick. This is off the topic, but I just want to prove a point. 28, verse 49, and it reads, the Lord shall bring a nation against you from far. Watch this. From far. From the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth. Okay? So, if you guys ruled Europe, you're not far. Okay? From the end of the earth, you're not at the end of the earth. You're right next door. That literally is it's a 2-hour boat ride from here, from this point here to this point there. Okay? Literally. The Lord shall bring a nation against you from far. That's not far. From the end of the earth. That's not the end of the earth. As swift as the eagle flieth. Well, you guys had the eagle. In Granada, you guys had, look at where Granada is. Almost by Africa. A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. You guys spoke Spanish, French, Portuguese, Dutch, German, English. What else? Prussian, Russian. How in the world could verse 38:49 even apply? And then you say, well, it wasn't 70 AD. Well, that even makes no sense because it can't be another nation from far from the end of the earth that swift as the eagle flieth, maybe the eagle part, but they can't because Rome conquered and he was in charge of Jerusalem. And they knew who they were because even Paul spoke Latin and Greek. And it says a tongue that thou shalt not understand. So however you slice it, One West, you're done. All right? That whole 10 tribe that came through Africa, that's a lie. And the only reason y'all did it is just so you could say that we look black. And that's the saddest thing in the world anybody could do. And you know what? Hey, man, the Most High has recorded everything that y'all have been saying and teaching our people wrong and correctly. Quite frankly, this makes more sense. Why? Because why would we go that other route? Why would we go that other route? It makes no sense. And then you would need tons of boats in order to do that. Okay? So, anyways, with all that considered, guys, like I said, it's a short class, man. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to go all crazy with this, but other than that, let me play a song for you guys real quick, and then we will call it a night. Give me a second. Let me find one. I hope it was edifying for everybody. I know I went pretty quick on this, guys, but quite frankly, this is not a topic that really needs a lot of attention. You know what I'm saying? It really does not need a lot of attention because give me a second. Because well, it's very simple, black and white. There's not really that much parables in this scripture. It's like, okay, it's very simple. 10 tribes left, fine. Persia was in charge. We were secured by that territory. Why would we leave it? The closest place to go is up there, up north, up to where Russia is at the tip. And then we see that it's Arsareth. It's considered Arsareth. So if he opened the floods for us, then that means we would have crossed over to the Americas. And that trip takes about 1.5 years because we got people in Chile. All right. So anyhow, Lord willing, man, this was edifying. I hope it made sense for y'all. I'm going to play this guy real quick. And I'll let y'all go, okay? Shalom, family. Hope y'all doing well and stay in the spirit. Battle, man. Battle as much as you can. Try to find family, friends that are in the truth that will at least help you with the phone calls if you guys need something to talk to. Listen, man, I'm reachable if y'all want. But again, y'all don't know me, so I don't know how comfortable people are. I'm trying to build. We're trying to build a nation of our people again so we don't have to live in this destruction. Anyhow. Shalom, man. Love you, family. All right, take care. This is what I got for you.
Respect. Yeah, man. Respect and love from the world, nigga. Show them. You nigga on a microphone. Can't I sit in number 15? Rock you in the studio. Bomba, claro. ¿De qué manera sufre el alma cuando alguien se va? No hay medicina que cure esa larga enfermedad. La vitamina de la vida en esta sociedad es tan divina que por nombre tiene libertad. Libérate de la mentira que está por llegar. Mide tu orgullo antes de empezar a hablar. Cierra la puerta a quien no merezca entrar, porque hay muchos que se fue y sueña con regresar. Hablemos en silencio y así no me mentirás. El poder de la palabra muere cuando hablan de más. No me fío de oraciones que se dicen por detrás. Si me miras a los ojos no te mentiré jamás. Que besar por besar es jugar por jugar. Y vivir sin amores, vivir sin amar. Solo queda la fe, solo queda soñar. Ponte de pie, ready para luchar. Some love, I can just smoke and there are some love them. I can just smoke and there are some love. I remember no fire, no girl. Ribby day. Cali with a mama soul, yeah. Oh. Tell them around. ¿De cuánto tiempo hablamos cuando hablamos de querer? Si la mitad lo malgastamos solo en comprender. ¿De qué manera es más fácil aprender? Que nacemos para ganar y morimos al perder. No puedo dejar de animarte, que cuando te caigas debes levantarte. Llegué para contarte que no todo artista muere por su arte. Traigo el honor de un humano con valor que utiliza poesía para respirar mejor. Escribo prosa para vengar al amor y recuerda aquella rosa que tiraron al contenedor. ¿Dónde se quedó el amor? Hey, no voy a sitio on no microphone forever never. Tell me, roll some love. I can just smoke and the light some love them. I Rastafari my life some love. I remember no fire no burn. Ribby day. I live with a for my soldier. Reggae man a for my warrior day. Much I really think. Oh, yeah, man. Si se piensa que la música es un juego, lo lleva claro, hermano. Desde España, internacional, bomba, clack, you, nego. Yeah, not really easy. No. You nigga on a microphone.
Ical, hijo, abre los ojos. Tu cuerpo se queda con nosotros, pero tu espíritu debe seguir. Busca la luz. Aléjate de las sombras. Deja que nuestro dolor sea tu fuerza. Desde aquí iluminamos tu camino. Lucha como nosotros ante esta pena tan grande. Yo soy tú. Tú eres yo. La muerte que hoy nos separa, mañana volverá a unirnos. Eres libre, hijo.